Okay, so now that we've talked about how simple data types are passed to functions, simple meaning the int, the float, the string, what have you, how they're passed to functions, which is to say they're immutable. They're passed to functions, but the originals stay unchanged in the main function. Let's talk about how lists are passed to functions. So I have a function here that will accept my lists, my 3 lists, as parameters. Okay, I've renamed them. It's typical to use separate names for parameter variables. So instead of smoothies, I called it smooth. Calories is cals, protein is pro. Okay, but make no mistake, we're referring to my lists. Okay, these guys. All right. So the function is going to ask for input. This is going. The function is called add flavor. So we're going to get the flavor data from the user. The name, the calories, the protein, and then we're going to use append, 3 append statements to add the new flavor and the new calories and the new protein to each of those lists. That's lists, not arrays. Okay. All right, so let me run it. Okay, so we'll add the cinnamon fig again. And we'll say there are 500 calories, say 5 grams of protein, and there's the cinnamon fig. So, I want to talk about what's happening here. All right, let's look at main. So right off the bat, in the main function here, right off the bat, I called that add flavor function, and I passed the lists, okay, the lists, smoothies, calories, protein, these same 3 guys at the top that we've been looking at for the past few videos. So those are going to be passed to the function, okay? The function asks for input and then it uses append on those parameter values, okay, which represent the lists. And then when I print out the results, you can see those lists were changed. They were changed. They have mutated. They are mutable, we would say. So lists are passed differently than the primitive types or the simple data types, the float and the int. Lists are passed, in such a way that the functions can change them and do change them if they tamper with them, which this function did. So it's subtle, but it's an important distinction there. So so here, it's just your regular print statement. I do have one more video here. I think I can knock it out in one more program, I should say. I want to knock it out in this video. Hang on here. Okay, so we're going to add a second function to this program. So it's the same program, but I've added a print menu function, again, passing the smoothie data in the form of the lists. And this will print the menu that we saw a few videos back. So I'm just, right. So now I've really stripped the main function down to almost nothing here. We just have a couple of, sorry here. Okay, that's it. We're just calling the 2 functions, the add flavor, which you just saw, will append the flavor data to each of the 3 lists. And then we're going to call the print menu function, passing the lists to that function, which will then print the header, the little, beverage cup, and then loop through and print the smoothie data. The whole thing, mutable versus immutable, doesn't really matter in the case of the print menu function, because the print menu function doesn't do anything to the smoothie data, okay, like this one did. It was asking for new data. It's appending that data to the list. It's changing the lists. This one isn't changing the lists. It's just getting the data out and printing it. So as I said, mutable doesn't matter, immutable in the second function here. But in any case, there you have it. You can very easily pass lists to functions.